Hello everyone. Uh, my name is Pathan Ahmed Khan and I am going to teach you the design and analysis of algorithms. And this is common for CSC and IT, but your syllabus is little bit less compared to CSC, and your subject code is PC 602 IT, and this is for the 6th sem. Let's start the class. So in today's objective is, first thing, why do you need to learn this subject, and the second one is introduction to course outcome, means what are the course outcome after finishing your subject, what you can able to do. Third one is the syllabus, design and analysis of algorithm syllabus as per your university, and we will see the book references. Okay, first one is, why do you need to learn this subject? First thing is, this is in your syllabus and you have to pass this subject, and this subject credit is 3, and you will have a lab for this also. Daa subject, Daa theory as well as Daa lab. So first thing is design and analysis of algorithm. Here is and as you know, this will come under in the designing part. Before implementing the problem, or before starting to solving the problem in the real world, first you need to write the algorithm. Before implementation, we need a rough copy of your implementation. Whatever you are going to do in the implementation, that thing you must have in a rough copy. And this is it is less expensive compared to the implementation. Algorithm is very less expensive, means low cost. And for the algorithm, for writing the algorithm, you don't need power supply, you don't need any storage, you don't need like any software or hardware devices like implementation. Okay, and you will get a clear idea before implementation. When you write an algorithm, you will get a clear idea, means how and what to do in the on this problem. And algorithm does not have any syntax, means any protocol or any rules. It does not have any rules or any syntax to solve the problem. And here, this is the main important thing is, it is language independent. If you write the algorithm in your own language like English, Hindi, Urdu, any kind of language you can use to write the language, and this you can implement in different languages like Java, C, C++, and so on. And the main important thing for this subject or this algorithm is to find the time complexity and the space complexity of a given problem. How much time is taking to solve the problem, and how much space is required to store the elements and solve the problem. So these are the things you are going to be learn in this subject. Okay, and after finishing your all 5 unit, you can able to compute and analysis complexity of algorithm using asymptotic notation. The asymptotic notation is one of the important topic in the Daa. With the help of that, we can solve the complexity, you can analyze the complexity, you can compute the complexity. Okay, next, write algorithm to solve various computing problem and analyze their time and space complexity, as I told you. So whatever the algorithms are there, which algorithm we needed to solve the problem, with the help of this we can solve that, and we can find the time and space complexity of a given problem. Understand and apply different algorithm design technique to solve real world problem and analyze their complexity. So whatever the techniques and whatever the methods we are going to learn in this subject, with that technique we can implement in the real world and will solve and analysis the their complexities, like time complexity or space complexity. And the last one is to describe algorithmic complexity of various well-known computing problems. Okay, so these are the things we are going to learn and we are going to do after finishing our syllabus. What are the things? You can compute an analysis of complexity of algorithm using asymptotic notation, which program is taking how much time and how much time it's needed, how much space is needed, you can analyze and compute. Second point is write algorithm to solve various computing problem. Different problems we have, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, searching, sorting. So every problem has a different time and complexity. You will going to know about that and you can able to write the algorithm for a different problems. Understand and apply different algorithm design technique to solve real world, means whatever the algorithms you are going to learn in this, that you can implement in the real world and the real situation whenever you find their problem. And already well-known computing problems are there that you can describe and that can be used in your problem. So these are the things are there we are going to understand after finishing our syllabus. Now we will move to the syllabus. The first unit is introduction. In the introduction we will have algorithm specification, performance analysis, space complexity, time complexity, asymptotic notation, big O, big O, omega, theta, and practical complexity, performance measurement, review of elementary data structure, heap and heap sort, hashing, set, represent, union, and find. So unit 1 is very simple and very easy scoring subject for you. So we will going to see what is algorithm and we will see the specification. Specification is nothing but like the characteristics of that, and performance analysis means how will you analyze the problem in the priori and in the posteriori. So that also we are going to see, and we will see the space complexity, time complexity, and as we discussed in the course outcome, with the help of asymptotic notation, big O, omega, and theta, with the help of this we can identify the best case, average case, and worst case. And we'll see the performance measuring, heap, union, and find this thing in the first unit. So first unit is very easy. Almost this will be similar to the CSE first unit. Second unit, divide and conquer, the general method finding maximum, minimum, merge sort, quick sort, and selection. As per your syllabus, two types of sort is implemented in your syllabus. First one is merge sort and the second one is quick sort. How to do this merge sort and quick sort we are going to see. And the last one is selection. What is this divide and conquer means? If we have a big problem, that big problem we cannot solve by at one place. So what we can do, that big problem is divided into a small piece of code and The small piece of code will be solved, and after solving that it will again merge. So that kind of technique called divide and conquer. Next chapter in the second unit is greedy method. Knapsack problem, optimal storage on tape, and job sequencing with deadline, optimal merge pattern, and minimum cost spanning tree. So these are the methods are there. Uh, Whatever the syllabus you have, that all it is included in the CSC. CSC has more topic compared to you, and for you is a very big advantage to score more in this subject. Unit 3, dynamic programming. Dynamic programming and traversal technique. In this, the difference between, if we compare with the greedy method and the dynamic programming, these two techniques are there. With these two technique, in the greedy method it will predefine from starting stage to end stage. Like example, if you want to go from here to Mehdipatnam, so that will be like it predefined, the route will be decided by the greedy method. But in the dynamic programming, if you are going from here to Mehdipatnam college, from college to Mehdipatnam, so if you are going, then if you find the traffic, then automatically it will change the decision and it will select some other route to reach the destination. So this is the difference between greedy method and the dynamic. That means in the greedy method, if we have a traffic and whatever may be, every time it will select the same route. But in the dynamic, if we are facing the traffic problem, then automatically it will change the decision and select the different path, and it will reach to the destination. So greedy method is a predefined route, and dynamic programming, it will take a decision on every stage. And it has some problems like multi-stage graph, all pair shortest path, optimal binary search tree, 0 by knapsack, reliability traveling salesman problem, bike connected component, and DFS, depth first search, and BFS, breadth first search. So these are the things are there we are going to learn in dynamic programming and traversal technique. Okay, so in the Viva you have a lab, so in the Viva also it will going to ask, in the dynamic programming, what kind of problem we can solve with while using the dynamic programming. So you need to tell multi-stage graph, all pair shortest path problem, optimal binary search tree, 0 by 1 knapsack. So this thing you need to tell. Okay, and now unit 4. In the unit 4, the backtracking and branch and bound. What is this backtracking technique? Backtracking technique, 8 queen problem is more famous. 8 queen problem is a famous problem in the backtracking. Backtracking is nothing but, if you are going, like if you are solving the problem and at the end if deadlock occur, means you cannot go further, so at the time it will move back to some of the state, it will come back and it will start solving the problem. So this is backtracking. And in the backtracking we will have a problem, 8 queen problem, color graphing, Hamilton cycle, knapsack problem, 0 by knapsack problem, and traveling salesperson problem. And branch and bound is only we have lower bound theory. Okay, and with the same we need to solve the same problems. Traveling salesperson, lower bound theory. So this is the fourth unit, and if we go to the fifth unit, in the fifth unit, NP hard and NP completeness. NP hard and NP completeness is basic concept of Cook's theorem, NP hard graph problem and scheduling problem, NP hard generation problem, decision problem, note covering problem. This all the things will come under in the fifth unit, and it is NP hard, NP completeness, P, NP. This in this uh, still the research is going on to solving the problem for the best and best techniques. Okay, so this is about your syllabus. You have a 5 unit in as per the syllabus. In the first unit we will have an introduction of algorithm. In the second unit we have a two topics. First one is divide and conquer and the second one is greedy method. And in the third unit we have a dynamic programming and traversal technique, and in the fourth unit we have a branching and bound and backtracking. These two techniques are there. And in the fifth unit, NP hard and NP completeness. So this is very scoring subject for you, and it has a 3 credit, and for this we will have a lab also, and in the lab we are going to solve in the C programming. Okay, and the here book references. First one is same fundamental of computer algorithm, second edition, University Press 2007.